Welcome to the history of professional wrestling in Ireland. Here we look at different aspects of Irish wrestling from the past and the impact that they have had. This episode is a little bit different because we're looking at a history that never actually got to happen. In this episode, we're going to be looking at the real Irishman, Hulk Hogan, brother! So we all know who Mr. Hollywood Hulk Hogan is. The real American. The eat your vitamins, say your prayers, baldy blonde guy who would put his hands up to his ears as if his hearing aid was malfunctioning. Oh, and the guy who could possibly be the biggest wrestling superstar ever. But what if I told you that Mr. Hogan was never meant to be Mr. America? What if I told you he was actually meant to be from Ireland? You see, Terry Eugene Bollea had wrestled under a few different names, the Super Destroyer, Sterling Golding, and Terry Boulder, but they never really stuck or got over, and a lot of wrestlers at this time, the ones that did get over, were represented as different parts of the country, similar to how Bruno Sammartino represented Italian Americans, and Ivan Putski for Polish Americans. Vince McMahon Sr., being from an era that still remembered the size and popularity of Dan O'Mahony, came up with the idea of calling Terry Hulk Hogan, having previously taken the name of Hulk for being bigger than Lou Ferrigno. Vince Sr. even wanted the Hulk to dye his hair red, which would have been gas because Americans' version of what's Irish always works out well. Hogan didn't change his hair colour in the end, as he was already going bald and decided to stick with the blonde. And while he didn't go with the whole Irish gimmick, he did keep the name Hogan. But it does raise the question, where in Ireland would he have been billed from? In my mind, it's probably Roscommon. Interestingly enough though, Vince McMahon Sr. actually does have Irish roots, as his parents had moved to New York from Galway. And before we sign off, here's 3 Irish Hulk Hogan history facts. 1. He once teased a match with Sheamus on St. Patrick's Day and wanted to call it Erin Go Brawl, which, to be honest with you, I don't know whether I really love or really hate. 2. He never actually wrestled in Ireland. 3. Enda Kenny once said he'd lump the head off the Hulkster, but he is from Mayo, so we will let him away with it. So there you have it, the history of an Irish Hulk Hogan that we never actually got to have. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, please feel free to let us know. And until next time, slán.